Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Blood Bowl. Give me 1 second. I feel like my microphone is maybe a little hot. I know I checked the VOD a little bit ago, and it was like overwhelmingly loud. So let me know if it sounds bad at all. Hopefully it's a little bit better mixed than it was last time. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get right on into this. Welcome everybody to week 9 of our Blood Bowl. We had ended up taking a week off. I apologize for that. I was sick at the beginning of the week, and then there was some work stuff that just kept me really busy and just kind of not in the mood to do this. Think it sounds fine? Excellent. So we are running a week behind. Apologies, but we're gonna move on now and try and keep on track. Of course, as we get to holidays, we'll see. Hopefully we wrap everything up before the new year, but playoffs might kind of go a little bit later, just depending on how we end up doing that. That being said, take a look at our games for this for today. Make sure all that looks okay. Oh, it's my YouTube. Lol. 1 second. There we go. I've been watching people play Dispatch, thinking of picking up the game myself. Anyway, this week we are playing the games that are slated for 11-2, like I said, because we are a week behind. So we'll be starting off today with the Grinning Good Stompers versus the Continental Crushers, the Lizardmen team. Looking forward to that one. Can the Continental Crushers finally be the ones to put an end to the Grinning Good Stompers' dominance in the league currently, as they are sitting at the top? And we'll be following up with Pappy Snurglings and the Bone Malones, 9-inch males versus pointy-eared bandits. That ought to be another good one. We'll have Dumpety Loire versus the Mr. Meeseeks, the Mythics against Good Game, the Midnight Maulers against the Brazen Bulls, and we'll be settling things this evening with the Knickknacks versus Ratha's Raiders. So, without further ado, I have my game capture set up for Vampire. There we go. Without further ado, we can go ahead and get right into this with our first game and kind of get things moving along, shall we? Orcs Grinning Good Stompers versus Lizardmen. Continental Crushers. Let's see, what fuel do we want to use today? I forget what order we used things in during the first set, so I'm feeling kind of the dwarf arena here. I like it a lot. Right, let's take it away. First game. One second. Didn't swap to AI. Here we go. Real time, 8 minutes. Boom, there we go. Now, we should be doing the first game. And I have made the adjustment so that chat should be visible during the games as well. So which I might do some adjusting as we go, but hopefully that works out kind of okay where it's at currently. It needs to be a little smaller. And we've got our first kickoff. Orcs kicking it off to the Lizardmen. Lizardmen picking up Chainbreaker's the first one with the ball. And Fatemaker is in... Oh, gosh. Smiles the Stabba instantly injured. Hate to see it. Not a lot happening on either team, honestly. Both are playing very standoffish currently. Only a few people actually getting involved. Morg, the team captain, knocking down Fatemaker. Rocktrack is the one picking up the ball. Chainbreaker now trying to stop him, but Rocktrack gets away. This Orc team has proven to be very difficult to deal with by most teams, but perhaps the Lizardmen, with their blend of both strength and speed, will be the ones to do it. Fatemaker now has the ball. He's a tough opponent, but not tough enough as the Black Orc manages to knock him down. Chucking a troll there in support. Olgrat Terathai has ended up with the ball. Jeff Jr. here to potentially make his dead father proud. Rest in peace, Jeff. Left us too soon. Olgrat Terathai, oh, got killed, but the apothecary was used there to bring him down to an injury with a smashed collarbone. That's still a really bad injury, actually. Morg duking it out with Chainbreaker. It does manage just to knock him down. The troll has ended up with the ball somehow. I'm still really sad we haven't seen a throw teammate happen in the league. It would be so hype. All right, there's a big scrum around the ball. T-Rex has ended up with it, but Badclaw and Morg are working their way through those defenders. Oh, Spikes the ball is injured. Fatemaker making his presence felt in this game so far. Zur 2.0 is badly hurt, but Apothecary's used. He'll be back in the game. Yeah, if there's any one player that I'm kind of worried about, it's definitely Fatemaker. Badclaw has ended up. He's getting around. He's got the space. He's got the room. Unless he stops, that's a touchdown for the Orcs. Badclaw also freshly leveled up. Excited to see what he can bring to the table here. But we are already, I think, 3 injured Orc players in. Gonna be seeing some Goblin action. And 1 injured Skink. It's going to be the Orcs kicking off again. Already successful on their first defensive drive of the game. T-Rex knocked out. He'll be sleeping on the bench for a little bit. Chainbreaker gets pushed a little bit back, but he's kind of moved back in. Names are kind of getting in the way here, so we might turn it off as needed. Rocktrack is the one who ends up with it as the ball kind of bounces outside. He tries to bring it back into his own side of the field for some reason. Both teams looking a bit more awake now after that first drive. Victor Soares, the team captain of the Continental Crushers, has got it. Now dealing with Badclaw, and the Orc team captain, Morg, is a bevy of Orcs. Ball bouncing around everywhere. Orcs are not great at picking up the ball sometimes. Ikora just running past Rock Track, now having to deal with Roddy Boy the Goblin, who's come in to replace Smiles the Stabba. Ball is out of bounds. Let's see where it ends up. Great territory for the Orcs. But Chainbreaker is the one able to grab it. Dealing with a couple of Orc linemen. There's some of the newer additions to the team. Some good old Orc boys. Oh, he's going for it, and he gets it. That's Trehoff's first touchdown in the league in his second game played, I do believe. Normally on the bench, so good to see him getting out there and getting the job done for the Orcs. That's a tough bench for the Orcs so far. Goblin and a Black Orc still on the sidelines, ready to go in at any time. Weird decision. Well, actually, with the speed of the Lizardmen, I actually probably would keep in the linemen and the Goblins. They're a little bit faster. Oh, and an almost perfect kick from the Orcs. Gonna come out to play today. Fatemaker is unfortunately boneheaded. All those go out of bounds. It's now tossed back in. It's in a dangerous spot for the Lizardmen. They need to get it out of there. Cade has ended up with it. There's a Black Orc bearing down on him. And that's our first half. Orcs up by 2, not an insurmountable number of points. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. And Lizardmen doing a fairly decent job of staying healthy, keeping bodies on the pitch. Now let's see how they do on the defensive side of the ball, which, as we've seen in this league, it seems to be the preferred side of things. I don't know what just happened. Did a wizard get used? I wish it said that down here. That's odd. Rocktrack has the ball and he's just holding it there in a dangerous spot for the Orcs. That could be easy pickings if the ball can get dropped there. Rocktrack not the easiest target to bring down. He does have block. Chucka the Troll coming back to help, but he didn't need it. Roddy Boy getting injured by Victorsaurus there. The team captain doing some work for the Lizardmen. Looking to maybe repeat the process as Rocktrack is now completely outnumbered. Pushed into the end zone. No such thing as a safety in this game. I feel like there should be. That would be kind of fun. And Rocktrack has been pushed out of bounds. Gives the Orcs a little bit of room, but 2.0 scoops it up and scores in the right place at the right time. You always got to watch out for those sneaky little skinks. There's nothing the Orcs could do there. That was just too fast. Orcs have got to do a better job here on offense to protect themselves against these fast Lizardmen. Relatively, that's a pretty medium kick. Bad Claw's the one to pick it up. He's got dodge and block. He's a very difficult target to deal with. He's electing to hold on to it. It could be a mistake. As his support, Grubnash Gouge, gets knocked down, and now Badclaw is surrounded with Fate Maker getting involved. Ball is getting bounced around, but Fate Maker ends up with it, and that's an easy walk-in for the touchdown, tying this game. Really putting Orcs on the back foot here. You love to see the rare Kroxigor touchdown. Nice bit of SVP for him. Orcs have to get it together here, or this is the end of their winning streak lately. Short kick, squeaks the Goblin, unfortunately pushes it out of bounds. Let's see where it ends up. Ooh, in Orc backfield. That's the worst place it could have gone, frankly. The Orcs are doing a bit better job of holding the line. Chukka the Troll now has it, and that's a difficult opponent to deal with. But Fate Maker could be the one to do it. Could be the hero that the Lizardman team needs right now. 2 minutes left in the game. The control does go down. Chainbreaker has ended up with the ball. Orcs are crashing in. Chainbreaker, the dodge and stunty. Hard to deal with. Squeak's getting knocked out there. Chainbreaker just getting knocked around. They need to get him down. They finally do. Oh, and apparently Badclaw and Treyoth taking care of business back here against Victorsaurus and Fate Maker. Could have been the difference maker there, quite honestly. Rock Track now with the ball, rather, and he's got a decent amount of support from Morg, the team captain. Oh, Chainbreaker going down with a smashed hip. Rock Track getting pushed around. Oh, and he finally goes down. Orcs need to kind of come back and crash down on the ball carrier here. Oh, Chukka the Troll is unfortunately very stupid, but Morgzla and Rock Track getting back up. Gutfang there. 50 seconds left. These next few fights could be the difference maker here between a tie ball game and one of these two teams walking away as the winner here. Victorsaurus has ended up with it. He's got a lot of support, but he's got some tough opponents there. 30 seconds left. Oh, this is going to come down to the wire. Orcs maybe playing for the tie now. A very punchy game. The ball is on the ground, but Zer 2.0 is in decent position. Treyoth is going to mark him, keep him from easily getting to it. T-Brex trying to scoop this ball up and make something happen. Rock Track has it and is going to try and get away from all of this, but he's chased down by Lenny and Zer 2.0. Lenny goes down. Rock Track has space. He's moving up the field. Gonna try and take out Irritator to make it one less defender, but Grubnash Gouge leaves him alone. Now Rock Track has to deal with Fate Maker and Irritator. This could be the end of the game right there, and that's it. It's a tie ball game. Good on the Crushers to fight it out there and prevent the Orcs from taking another win. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one to start out on. Both teams are going to get some points here for this one. Start with the Crushers here. Bouncing back after their beloved Jeff getting got in the last game. So we end up with Steve taking the MVP here today, with Victorsaurus getting a casualty, Fate Maker getting 2 casualties and a touchdown. A very small amount of yards run, but well done on him. Yeah, so the stats don't look like a whole lot, because there was a lot of punching, but not a whole lot happening because of those punchings, weirdly enough. This is week 9. Take a look at injuries here. We've got Chainbreaker with smashed hip, an old 2-eye with a badly hurt. Not the worst thing in the world for those two. The smashed hip is unfortunate. Losing one at movement allowance, taking down to 7 is still pretty good. The Gritting Good Stomp is, though, taking 4 injuries today. Spikes the ball with a badly hurt. Ulgrot Tear Thigh, smashed collarbone is -1 to strength. It is not great. Strength 3 is not the worst thing in the world, but as a black work, that's a tough one. Roddy Boy the Goblin getting badly hurt, and Smiles Destaba the Goblin also getting badly hurt. Taking a look at their stats, however, the MVP goes to Roddy Boy the Goblin, who got hurt. At least that's worth some SPP for him. Might be worth a level up too. I don't think he's leveled up yet. Bad Claw with the one of the 2 touchdowns on the day. Treoth with the other one, and a casualty each out of Rock Track, Morgzla, and Gutfang. One of the very few games where Morg has not walked away with a casualty or a touchdown. Decent yards run. Very even game. Moving right along, we've got our second game, which is going to be Pappy's Nurglings, one of our 2 Nurgle teams. Going to be squaring off against the Necromantic Bone Malones. 2 very tough teams to deal with, having both regeneration on most of their players, so I expect to see not a lot in terms of injuries here today. But other than that, I think this game could go either way. Pappy's Nurglings with the team value advantage here, so Bone Malones will get some inducement cash. But let's see how it plays out here. Ooh, look at that Nurgle stank on the field. You would think an undead team, like a necromantic team, would not care about the undead or the Nurgle stank. It will be the Bone Malones on the defensive first. See how the Nurglings handle things. Ramses, the Pestigore, has the ball currently. Looks like the Nurglings are kind of pushing up, but Stone Rider the Zombie is managing to get back in the back lines there. Looks like the play call here is just do some damage. maybe clear the field a little bit, but some zombies are getting to Ramses, and even though they're zombies, 2v1 is still difficult to deal with. Toes R Us scooping up the ball, and it looks like they're just gonna shamble on in for a very early touchdown. We got one injured already. An injury that's actually stuck on a zombie there. I didn't even see that. For John Marston. Balls looks like it's gonna go to Rambula if he can get it. Toes R Us is getting injured. But regenerates. Brain Blast getting injured. And that one is going to stick. Incredible. Blizzard is unfortunately very stupid. Stone Rider is injured. Zombies are just dropping like flies here today. Maybe this is what the Nurgle team is trying to do. Just whittle down the opponent's roster until there's nothing stopping them. They're just walking up the field. But they've got and Herm, the Flesh Golem duo, to deal with, and they are much tougher targets than a simple zombie. Aaron getting smacked down. Bane the main trying to establish ball control. Franklin is the one to scoop it up though. Now having to deal with Ooh. Both just kind of bounce off of each other. Franklin getting some yards. A couple of werewolves crash down on him, but Franklin squeezes through somehow. Tries the going for it roll and slips and falls. Sir Beats is the one who scoops it up and is now moving the ball in the opposite direction for the Bone Malones. Getting stopped just inside enemy territory here. It's knocked down. Jake Quellen, the Pestigore, is going to pick it up and going to start making a move up the field now. There's no one in front of him except Point de Ball and Too Cool to Ghoul. Point de Ball gets to him. Herm coming in to maybe help out a little bit. But the Zims coming in, making their presence felt. Minute and a half left to go in the first half, and it's already been a pretty eventful one so far. Zim the third ends up with it. Herm is going to turn back around and try and stop him here. Oh, and Erm goes down with a pinched nerve. Oh, that's terrible to have Flesh Golem down with an injury, and it looks like we're waiting on regeneration maybe there to process. Sir Beats gets around. Oh, the injury did unfortunately stick. Regeneration did not avail him. That is in Flesh Golem gone for the rest of the game and for the next game for the Bone Malones. Best Boy has got the ball. Gonna be trying to look to use his speed here. Oh, and Best Boy goes down with an injury. Oh no, what an awful, awful series of events for the Bone Malones. We're not even out of the first half here. But I gotta say, they're doing well. They're holding their own. Herm the Flesh Golem trying to scoop up the ball and maybe get a point on the board here for his beleaguered team. Okay, Aaron standing up though. Bane the Main just kind of like kicking the ball out of trouble there. Finally manages to scoop it up, but he's got plenty of opposition to deal with. The numbers game is heavily in the favor of Pappy's Nurglings now. And Zim the Third has got it, but he's still got to deal with Too Cool to Ghoul and Point de Ball. Zim the Third managed to get away. Can Too Cool to Ghoul cut him off? No, Zim the Third's going to get a touchdown here. Abby's Nurglings had a little bit of a surge over the past couple games, and then ended up having a couple of unfortunate ones recently. Maybe this is their way of finally getting back into the swing of things against another team that had been up until now pretty solid. Four stuck injuries there for the Bone Malones. Several of them actually did regenerate. So people are coming back onto the field, but two, three, four, five, six. They've only got 7 on the field still. I was about to say, with one of the flesh golems gone, they're going to have a hard time dealing with Lizard, but then Point to Ball managed to knock him down. Bane the Main somehow ended up with it and all of that nonsense. But when he goes down, Zim the Third is going for it. He's got the ball. He is moving up the field. There's no one in front of him, but Point to Ball is going to catch him. Zim the Third has got a lot of support. Best Boy screaming over and just getting knocked down immediately by Gormagalin, who is going to skip it up. Skip it up? He's going to scoop it up, rather, and score for touchdown number 3 for the Nurglings. I never realized that the Nurgle cheerleaders are just spinning that thing around on their finger. It's literally just a giant fidget spinner, which is hilarious to me. Some knocked out players they could really use back in the game are still catatonic. Well-placed kick. Bane the Main goes over to scoop it up, but it might be too little too late as the front line of the Bone Malones kind of collapses under the push of the Nurglings. Gormagalin has it. Oh no. Is that the other flesh golem going down with an injury? Gormagalin. Bone Malones managed to take that first touchdown of the game and have just since fallen to pieces. I think literally in some cases. But Point to Ball making a good attempt at it, taking it from deep within their own territory. Oh, Rambula going down to an injury, but I think getting regenerated. Lizard has ended up with the ball, and nothing to stop him. Nothing to stop his slimy, slithery body from taking it all the way to the house. Beast of Nurgle touchdown. No changes as far as the Nurgling bench goes, and oh, tack on another injury. Yeah, the flesh golem injury did stick. Yeah, yeah, dear. Your team is not doing so hot today. This is a rough one. Four players on the field for the Bone Malones. Yeah, Bane the Main trying to make an attempt to get around all of them, and is now surrounded and immediately knocked out. Blizzard again. Best boy doing his best, boy, to keep Blizzard from getting another touchdown here with a little over a minute left to go. This is the most injuries BM has ever seen. Yeah, indeed. There we go. That's a little bit more visible, I think. Point the ball has somehow ended up with it while I was messing with chat. Knee goes down. Best boy coming in, trying to prevent another touchdown. If he can. 40 seconds left to go. The Nurglings are in no hurry. Just gonna very casually walk that ball in. 30 seconds left of torture on the map. Okay, getting some knocked out players. Maybe they can make something happen in these last 30 seconds. Looking better than they were the previous drive. Ball goes out of bounds, so they're going to give it to Point to Ball. The team captain, can Point make something happen? As he runs straight into Jonathan, A.A. Ron, Zim the Third, and then gets collapsed in on by others. I think we're gonna go to like cinematic cam here. There's not much to see other than what's happening on the ball. Henry has got it. Best boy going in. Too Cool the Ghoul is also there to support. Henry has got the ball and he's trying to move up, but still Point the ball and Too Cool the Ghoul is on top of him. And that's the end of the game. Only 7 seconds of extra torture. Big win for Pappy's Nurgling is going up by 4. Tough game for the Bone Malones. They're going to be in trouble next week as well with that many injuries. Realize I didn't post the results of the first game. Take a look at our poor beleaguered losers here today, the Bone Malones. We've got Mad Mullet taking the MVP. I don't think I ever saw him do anything. He got injured early on, I think. Toes are us with the one touchdown they got. Lightning fast for a zombie, and then also taking an injury. And Point to Ball credited with the only casualty for the team. Yeah, just a rough stat line there for the Bone Malones. Taking a look over at the Pappy Zergling side, we got a touchdown out of Lizard, 2 out of Gormaglin the third, 1 out of Rambula, 1 out of Zim the third. The MVP going to Ron Van Goddamn, who was present. And that's about all we can say. Good for him. Casualties, 1 for Lizard, 2 for Franklin, 1 for Jonathan, 2 for Gormaglin. Gormaglin with a great game. 2 touchdowns, 2 casualties, 2 KOs, 16 yards run. Very solid. And no injuries that stuck for the Nurglings. Bone Malones, however, both flesh golems, badly hurt, and effectively a badly hurt pinched nerve. Stone Rider, smashed hip. He's down 1 movement allowance. He's down to movement 3. John Marston, badly hurt. And Brain Blasted, got blasted. He is badly hurt. He'll be out next game. Moving right along. We've got 9-inch males going up against the pointy-eared bandits. This ought to be a good game, I think. Chaos Dwarves against Dark Elves. The dark reflections of their order-aligned counterparts. Okay. Very even in terms of team value, but in terms of rankings, however, the 9-inch males have had a tough season. Pointy-eared bandits started off with a touch season, but they have been on a killer streak the last several weeks. They're now 2nd in the league, right behind the Grinning Ginstompas. And let's see, what are the stakes here? If they win, do they take the first spot here? Let's see. They'll get 1 point. Take them to 19. Okay. It's not impossible that they take the lead. They'll be tied for, well, points-wise, they'll be tied for first, but the points differential, which we use for determining ties, points differential will make it so that they will still be in 2nd place. But still, that puts them right at the same level as the Orcs. So, see how they do. Pink on purple. Let's get this game going. It is the 9-inch males are on the defensive side of the ball first. And Witchered Bandits looking a little... Okay, no, we're moving now. Elfbow has got the ball moving up the field here. Well, we run straight into a wall of Chaos Dwarves and a Minotaur, and you never want to be there. Oh, Aragon, the Overheard. I don't care that that's a Minotaur. I'm going to punch him out all by himself. Carpicus Fangir ends up with it. They're really fighting to try and make some forward progress here. Ball does go into enemy territory, but oh, Earwax Slinger getting killed instantly. The Apothecary, I think, may have been used there, but I don't think it worked. Yeah, Earwax Slinger is dead, the Witch Elf. Van Irish, one of the newer players on the team, had the ball for a second. Michael DeBoss now has it. Fortunately, Michael DeBoss will be working without the without the assistance of Dwight today. The Earminator has got it, and it's been a battle right here on midfield. Oh, the Earminator's got it, and he's moving up the field. It's the Undertaker who's going to try and stop him, but he's got some support. He had some support, and then they walked away. The Earminator cannot stand up to both the Undertaker and Boisterous Bruno. Ric Flair moving in. Can't come up with it. Lord Big Lobes, that was highway robbery right there, but they are the pointy-eared bandits, so it makes sense. Boisterous Bruno has got it, and now making a concerted effort to get into enemy territory. Count Echo just let him go by. Boisterous Bruno still running. The Earminator can't quite catch up, and that's a touchdown for the 9-inch males. Gotta hand it to the Dwarves on that drive. It was tough. There was a lot of fighting, but you know, the 9-inch males, they stayed hard and they drove it all the way in. It takes a little bit of persistence. It was so hard to say without cracking up midway through it. Out the other ear, the other witch elf ends up with it, and is immediately beset upon. And is immediately killed. Oh my god. Michael's boss has got the ball. Whisper Reaper 2.0 coming over for support. He ends up with it. Incredible. The two witch elves are good pieces. They're good. They've got dodge and frenzy, and then they just immediately die. Oh. Luscious Lorenzo. Showing that movement of 3 does not diminish his ability on the pitch. Jim the Salesman trying to run away with it. Getting collapsed in on by a bunch of elves, though. Boisterous Bruno. A little back and forth action to scoop it up. Oh, and he's got block. Finally goes down. It takes 4 Dark Elves to do it, though. The Earminator has got it. Nearest the assassin. Oh, I think he was trying to use something here. Have kind of stalled out. We'll see if anything happens. The Earminator does go down. Ball gets tossed out, and actually in kind of great territory for the Elves if they capitalize, but Dank Duran is the one showing the initiative. Still think something is happening over here. I'm just not sure what it is. Dank Duran going for it, and he is able to, and touchdown. Took a little bit of downtime, but then they were up and ready to drive it in again. Two dead witch elves. Yeesh. But we've seen the pointy-eared bandits come back from worse, and they have not yet been on the defensive side of the ball, where they tend to shine. It seems like every team seems to shine. In one ear, one of the newer line elves has got it. Oh, and Macho Man rolling the wild animal there, but he shows up. We are now in overtime for... Well, a lot of things happened there. We were in overtime for the first half. Now we're moving into the second half. I think some injuries happened there, but I wasn't quite sure which side it was on. Looks like it might be an L. Indeed it was. But they are now on the defensive side of the ball, so let's see what the pointy-eared bandits can accomplish here. Aaron, the intern, picking it up and then smartly moving around Macho Man. Then moves into enemy territory all alone. Lord Biglobe scoops it up and is now going to have to deal with Voluptuous Vlad and Macho Man. Can't handle it. Boisterous Bruno is the one who ends up with it. Only a couple more defenders in front of him. And he's got a little bit of support. Oh, he gets pushed. Pointus Maximus maybe trying to head him off. No, they're going for it. He changes directions. Never seen a dwarf juke like that. That was crazy. Here, the runner now has the ball. Oh, and a perfect throw to Whisper Reaper 2.0. That's going to get the ball up the field a little bit faster, but he's got no support. He doesn't need it. He knocks a player down, gets around him, and what a heroic effort from the Whisper Reaper 2.0. Off of that pass. That was incredible. I'm sad we don't get to see a replay there of what like actually happened. But 2 dead, 2 injured for the Elves. Oh, it didn't quite get the kick where they wanted it to. Ended up giving it to Jim the Salesman, which isn't the worst target for the Elves. Especially since In One Ear can get there quickly and manages to knock him down. Elves collapsing in on this side, trying to cage in the ball. Any potential ball carrier. No, the Eliminator is going to take it. Just a couple of hobgoblins in between him, but he gets away, and that's touchdown number 2, a tie ball game now. We got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. The 9-inch males get their shit together and make something happen here, or are they going to stay at 2 pump jump for this game? Deep kick this time could give the Chaos Dwarves the time they need to make a push here. Then again, it might not. Count Echo and In One Ear are on top of the ball and in dangerous territory. Count Echo is holding down the Undertaker. The Undertaker does manage to move over. Ooh, he gets taken down. Aaron the Intern has ended up with it. Inch males really need to move the ball up the field. Seems they are just content to punch it out. They're in a dangerous spot to do that. In One Ear goes down. Count Echo goes down. It's continuing to fight it out here. A minute and a half left to go. Aaron the intern finally gets a little bit of space. Just trying to move it up the field and get it out of dangerous territory, but now he's left all alone. Count Echo and in one ear. Ric Flair comes over, manages to at least tag in one ear before he can take off the ball. Nine-inch males, a valiant defense here, but they're still in a tough spot. They need to get out of their own half of the field. Oh no. Ball is down. Count Echo. No one to stop him, and that's touchdown number 3 for the Dark Elves. One injured dwarf so far. Didn't even see what happened to him. Pointy-eared bandits really do seem to be the masters of getting the shit kicked out of them and still coming out with a win. They're very entertaining to watch. Aaron, the intern, has got the ball, and he hasn't haven't done a very good job. Oh, Lord Big Lobes is down with an injury. It's another injury. The 9-inch males really need to try and capitalize while they have the numbers advantage. Count Echo is going to scoop it up. The Undertaker needs to stop him. Ric Flair coming over to support. The game is still within reach if they can get the ball in their hands and move it up the field. It's Ric Flair who ends up with it. The Undertaker and Ric Flair against the world here. We are now in overtime. Ric Flair. Oh no. The Undertaker has turned heel and left Ric Flair for dead. The betrayal. Oh, it could have had something going there if they just stuck together. Oh, it's frustrating. Nine-inch males. Confirmed. 2 pump chumps for this particular game. Let's take a look at those stats for the 9-inch males. Our MVP goes to Aaron the intern, who did a lot of holding the ball and not much else. Touchdown each out of Boisterous Bruno and Dank Duran, however, got a casualty out of Luscious Vlad. Boisterous Bruno getting a little notch on his helmet for a kill there. Luscious Lorenzo with an injury. Jim the Salesman with an injury. Michael the Boss getting the other kill there. I mean, stat-wise, it's a very solid game for the 9-inch males. Just couldn't make it happen in the end. Let's take those injuries first before I go too far. Just the one for Boisterous Bruno. It's a badly hurt. Excellent. So, nothing too crazy. The Pointy-eared Bandits, however, 2 dead Witch Elves, 3 injuries, a fractured arm, a badly hurt, and another badly hurt from Elfbow, Lord Big Lobes, and Sharpicus Fang Ear, respectively. Yeah. Taking a look at their stats, however. MVP going to Lord Biglobes, who did get a casualty today. Got a couple of yards run, but then got injured. Touchdowns out of the Erminator and Count Echo. And the Whisper Reaper 2.0, of course. The Whisper Reaper should have gotten the MVP there. That run he had was crazy. Casualty out of Ear, casualty out of Lord Biglobes. Just a tale of picking up the ball and not doing anything with it. Right, going to be moving right along to our fourth game of the evening. We've got Tempête Loire versus the Mr. Meeseeks. Undead. Tempête Loire. It's our second Nurgle team, the Meeseeks. Meeseeks came away with a win last game. So looking to continue that trend. They have actually gone up on team value over the Undead team here. Tempête Loire has been one of our better teams for a large portion of the season. It's kind of fallen off the last few games. So maybe they are looking to claw back a win here. Something tells me Meeseeks might have this one. Maybe. They very well might. So we've got a bright, shiny day here for some Blood Bowl, and it's the Meeseeks who are going to be on the defensive first. Dan Petro ends up with the ball after the ball kind of went out of bounds, and the front line has fallen apart immediately. Meeseeks 8 and 9 on top of it. And number 8 is just going to take a very leisurely walk into the end zone with that one. Solid start for the Nurgle team. And a Mummy already down with being knocked out and not getting back into this game immediately. Ball once again goes out of bounds. Dan Petro has it and is actually going to be moving the ball up now. Agasso injured. Will that injury stick around? Serious concussion is a tough one. -1 to armor value. Boone has ended up with it, so still in the hands of Tempête Loire. Now in the hands of the Meeseeks, as they're just taking this undead team apart. Oh no, it does look like maybe... Oh no, Agasso is back, so the regeneration did work. Mambu now has it there at the center of the field, fighting for every yard they can. Number 4 has ended up with it. It is a fucking mosh pit right here at the moment. Everybody is just clumped up together. Kalfu trying to get it. Number 11, the team captain. Is unfortunately really stupid. So he doesn't do a whole lot. Now getting back into the action. You can just hear the sound effects of just a bunch of punching and nothing happening. 2 minutes gone already in the first half. Oh, number 4 going down with a broken jaw. Number 8 ends up with it and finally gets some space out of the mosh pit. It's just Gide and Glycerine there to do anything about it. Marasa coming down to help. Mosh pit finally breaking up. Other players are moving about the field now. Number 11 just slimes himself right over the ball. Another mosh pit starting to kind of develop here. But with the ball in the hands of number 11 there, it's going to be difficult. Ball does finally go down. Ooh, number 8 going down with a broken jaw. Marasa now with the ball. Going to be moving up back into enemy territory, but there's a decent amount of defenders he has to deal with and not a lot of help. Yeah, and he immediately goes down. Number 10 has ended up with it. 1 minute 45 seconds left. Number 15 down with an injury. I was not expecting so many injuries in this game, honestly. This should not be happening. Faizan down with an injury. Marasa has picked up the ball, and looks like he's got the space he needs to finally get a touchdown for De Petit Loire. 30 seconds left in the first half. It's a deep kick by De Petit Loire. Trying to make sure it's very difficult for Meeseeks to get a touchdown here before the half. Oh, but Ogun could have been in a great position there to get a touchdown, but number 18 is the one who gets back there and is going to secure that ball. Going to try and move it up the field, but Agwe is on top of it. That will put an end to the first half. It's going to be a quick game. Got a Mummy coming back in for De Petit Loire. Yeah, we've ended up with 3 injuries that have stuck for the Meeseeks. And a knockout. And, granted, they should be... Oh, it's De Petit Loire who is on the defensive. Okay. E6 having trouble scooping up the ball. Does get it and is making forward progress. Oh, thinks better of it and tries to go around, but it's getting caught by a Mummy. So Meeseeks are kind of in the wings, waiting to support. Filome pushes Number 12 away, getting it over to Agwe, and Agaso coming over to help. But nobody can pick it up. Lagoon, the zombie, finally gets it. Oh, and number 18 is injuring the mummy and getting on top of the ball carrier, but Ogun gets away. Touchdown number 2 for De Loire, putting them in the lead. I think what I might start trying to do, maybe in the playoffs, or maybe this is going to be a next year thing. Oh no, Mambu has got it, and there's no one to prevent it. Dembele Loa just getting a quick third touchdown. I didn't expect that to happen. I was trying to go into a spiel about something. What I was going to say was, maybe during playoffs, I want to keep track of when teams are scoring, because it seems like it's overwhelming that the scoring is happening when they're the ones kicking the ball off. But I want to actually keep track of it and see if that's what the numbers look like, or if it's a bit more even. But it really does feel like kicking the ball off is actually a huge advantage. It just seems like the AI when you're on offense is a little slower to develop anything. Oh no, Meeseek's starting to fall apart here. Got some decent yardage, but as soon as they go down, there's just not enough of them to stop anything from happening. I don't think I've ever seen that animation, actually. Is that the first time the skeleton has scored? An equal number of injuries on both sides, actually. Oh no, Lomé down with an injury. Number 12 has made some considerable progress, but does finally go down. Marasa ends up with it. Marasa just scraping by there. And there's no one to stop them. Touchdown number 5. My source was not credible. Yeah, seems like they may have overestimated their ability this game, or something's happening. I don't know, but yeah, Meeseeks are definitely struggling out there today. Hope we didn't place any bets based on your source. Oh man. I don't even have any words at the moment. There's just getting out punched. Defensive has picked up a fourth injury though, so they're not getting out of this game unscathed. Meeseeks are definitely making it harder for Loa's next game. Minute 15 left in half here. Front line has just kind of dispersed. Fighting over the ball now. For 10, just trying to cover the ball, but leaving it wide open for Lasserine to sneak in there. There is enough Meeseeks here to prevent anything from happening, I think. 40 seconds left. Number 13, Son of Rukov coming, or rather, Rukov, coming in to scoop that ball up. Don Petro is dead. That is a huge blow to Depetalois if that sticks. Agwe now with the ball. Don Petro's back. He's okay, everyone. He's okay. Regeneration. Number 16 has it. Oh, PA was the one who could have stopped it. Congo manages to track him down. Marasa is there, but 16's got a lot of help. And that is to end the game. Touchdown number 2 for the Meeseeks, fighting through to the end. It honestly, I think in terms of just healthiness, they've come out of this game in a better state than Depetalois did. So, you know, silver linings there, but that will be a win chalked up for Depetalois, taking them out of the losing streak they have been on for the last little bit. Oh, are we actually going to kick this ball off? Wow, and because it instantly gets put into the hands of somebody, we're into overtime. I don't know, that seems a little unnecessary here, but... And there we go. There's the end of the game. 6-2. A strong showing by Depetalois, but honestly, just getting their lights punched out. Look at those stats for the Meeseeks. We got our MVP going to number 17. Touchdown each out of 16 and 8. Casualties. They look at this. This column right here is excellent. It's a crazy game for the Meeseeks. 1 out of 18, 7 and 8. 1 out of number 11, the team captain. 2 out of number 12 with 50 yards run by themselves. Other than actually scoring, it's a very solid stat line for them. And they do walk out of here with 3 injuries. We've got number 15, badly hurt. Number 4, broken jaw. And number 8, badly hurt. It's not too bad in the injuries department, all things considered. Dumpetiloa, badly hurt. And badly hurt, both mummies out of the next game. That is tough. Who do they play next week? It's the wrong date. Ooh, Dempetiloa plays the Brazen Bulls next week. Oh, they're really going to miss. They're really going to miss that extra muscle up front dealing with Rufus. No, good to know. All right. Back to the game here. Badly hurt Ayazan and badly hurt Kalfu. Their stats: MVP going to Maraza with 2 touchdowns and a casualty. That's probably one of the few MVPs of this league that I have actually agreed with. 66 yards run. He definitely has the best stat line of the team here. A touchdown out of Urzuli, 2 out of Mambu, 1 out of Ogun, and casualty out of Don Petro and a casualty out of Gede. And normally here I would take a break, but I'm feeling pretty good, so we're just gonna keep rocking right along here. And our 5th match of the evening is the Mythics against Gouda Game. Amazon versus Skaven. This is not in alphabetical order once again, and it's killing me. Let's go GG. And away we go. Alrighty. And it's going to be the Amazons on the defensive side of the ball starting off. Ball's going to go right over there to Gorg. For a while, Gorg was like the best scorer of the league. I think he's kind of had some tough games lately. It's kind of fallen short of that. Rats are not being very mobile at the moment. Gouda coming over to help. Kolb going down. And the Rats are unfortunately down one of their Storm Vermin from last week. Parm had unfortunately been killed. The Apothecary was used on a knockout. Oh no, that does not bode well for this team. We got a mosh pit again, ladies and gentlemen. Bodies flying everywhere. The ball is lying. Almost forgotten. Kree finally picks it up. The thrower. Good to see some actual passing, even though that's really not what the Skaven are the best at. Aphrodite has ended up with it. Her and Jack and Caught haven't gotten involved at all. They have not moved from their starting positions. They're really thinking about it. They're really thinking about it. There we go. Jack's finally on the move. Jack with Mighty Blow and Claws against these Amazons' lower armor value could be devastating. He just needs to get involved, and he's just watching. Oh, Aurora going down with an injury. It's the first injury of the game here. Got another mosh pit developing around the center of the field this time. Gorg and Athena have been duking it out for who knows how long down here. Britannia scoops up the ball and gets away. There's no one to stop her. She's got all the space in the world. That's a touchdown for the Amazons. Ball sails out of the bounds, so they're going to give it to Kree. Oh, and a quick little pass to Maz and a pass to Gorg. Look at that. That's what you want to see out of an agility team like that. It'd be a bit more impressive if they actually did anything with it. But still, the quick 2 passes is nice to see. Oh, the Amazons are just bullying these Skaven right now. Pelican does get surfed down there. Gorg, all alone, just getting left for dead. He's got block and dodge. He is not the easiest target to bring down. Jack needs to get in there and make his presence felt, which he hasn't done all game long. Gorg finally does go down, and Costa scoops it up and just walks right by Lori. I think the Skaven are just very unmotivated today. Will take us to the half. It's only a 2-point game. Skaven are now going to be on the defensive side of the ball, and they're very dangerous with that speed. So this game is far from over, but they really need to just show some initiative. And, you know, play the game. They were trying to go for a really shallow kick, and it was just really awful. The ball is going to be deep in Amazon territory. Hera has got it and is immediately going to be set upon by Gouda and Lori. Hera all by herself, no support whatsoever. And just getting bullied back into their own end zone. Phoebe finally comes back for some support. I can't talk all of a sudden. Hera refusing to get knocked down. Swiss now coming in. Swiss with block. The other two did not have is going to be a more difficult target. Maz looking maybe to scoop this up and quickly take it. No, Swiss grabs it, and Swiss is going to take it in for a touchdown. Putting the game back within reach for the Skaven team. So just the one injured Amazon so far. It's like a thrower getting back into the game. And the only remaining storm vermin is knocked out. Bit of a shorter kick. I think these shorter kicks where they're able to just get in really quickly. Rhea was almost killed there, but the Apothecary saved her. Gore gonna scoop it up and finally get back on track for scoring. That's gonna be a quick one for a good game. Like I said, I think Skaven really excel when they're able to get a real quick short kick like that and then just blitz the line and get on top of it before the other team can even attempt it. Still haven't really seen Jack getting interested in anything, honestly. He just hasn't been involved. But we've said that before, and then we looked at his stat line, and he ends up with like 3 casualties in a single game. Well, he's kicking the ball. I really wonder, like, I don't know. I wonder if you give somebody the kick skill, if that will make sure the CPU uses that person to kick. String now has it. It's pulling it back into their own territory, though. What? Am I crazy? Britannia scoops up. Did GG just throw? I'm so confused to what just happened. That was wild. Jeezy, you might want to look into your team. I think they're taking bribes or something, dude. Or at least String is. Well, now they're taken out of their comfort zone. Now they're back on the offensive. I'm on the head office right now. Burr, all alone. Jack, yeah, they pay off Jack too to just stay out of it this game. Jack should be eating some of these Amazons. He should have at least 1 kill this game. That may be an overstatement. It's still difficult to do, but like he should definitely have some casualties. Mighty Blow and Claw. He's breaking armor on an 8. Most of them have less than that. And armor value of 7 anyway. Burr finally gets some space and is making his way up the field. Gonna try and tie this game up. Swiss looking to head off a defender or 2. Oh, Burr does get deep into enemy territory, but is surrounded by Amazons. And ball gets thrown, like, deep into their own territory, but Maz has got it. Maz has got the speed. If Gouda can block Isis here... Oh, he doesn't even need to. Maz just screams into the end zone. Okay, making it a tie ball game now with I think about 30 seconds left. Putting them back on the defensive. They're still within, you know, they're well within scoring range at any time. And that storm vermin has been knocked out like this entire game. That dude's not knocked out. He's just taking a nap. Just toss a bucket of water on him. Deep kick. Winning the fight on the front lines means String the possible traitor. It's on top of Aphrodite. Gorg is now in there too. Swiss coming in to support. This looks really bad for the Amazons. Or Rats paid off? Maybe. Cole might have been paid off too. He's just taking a nap. String, maybe looking to redeem himself. Oh, he can't pick up the ball? He finally does. Finally picks up the ball in the end zone, potentially securing the win, I think, for the Rats after literally just almost giving the game away earlier. Covering his tracks, maybe? Suspicious. That rat's still asleep. He has clocked out. Short kick, 7 seconds left. Right, we're in overtime now, and that's going to be the game. Gouda Game does come out on top with an extra point, but ooh, that was weird. I'm excited to see his stat line because I want to see if Jack did anything. He has a habit of doing stuff off screen, but take a look at those stats. We'll start with the mythics here. We've got the MVP going to Aurora, who got injured and did nothing. Was that the one person who got injured the whole game? That's unfortunate. And Costa with a touchdown. Britannia with 2, just being in the right place at the right time, not getting a whole lot of yards run. 2 knockouts for Calypso, but other than that, not a whole lot. Injuries wise, they've got Rhea and Aurora both badly hurt. They will be out the next game. Gouda Game coming out with no injuries. It's actually pretty rare for a Skaven team. Good on them. Jack, goose eggs across the board, gang. He did nothing. String his report for public execution immediately. Well, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. String may have scored the winning touchdown, but he also almost blew the game for them in a very suspicious manner. So gotta kill him. Gotta take him out. Gorg with the MVP and a touchdown, a successful reception, some yards run. Very solid game for him. Maz with a touchdown, a successful pass, and a successful reception himself. String again with a touchdown and 2 yards run. He literally kicked the ball into the end zone and then picked it up. Swiss, he topped his last cheddar. Swiss with a touchdown and a knockout. Gouda with 2 casualties. Nice. Cree with the successful pass that we saw, that little chain pass, 1, 2, 3. Very impressive. Love to see some passing in the league. I'm hoping next year will be a better year for passing. Yeah, got their stats. Well, GG to GG for getting a win there. Despite the dubious circumstances, despite Jack looking supremely unmotivated to do anything that game, and coming out of it with no injuries whatsoever. Well done. Well done. Right. Well, we're going to move right on along to a game that promises to be full of blood. It is, of course, our vampire team, the Midnight Maulers, duking it out against the Corn Demon Brazen Bulls. Corn cares not from whence the blood flows, as long as it flows. And with these two teams on the pitch, it is certain to flow. As the away team, they're actually going to be wearing white this game. That'll be fun. But by the end of it, they will probably just be stained red once again. You know, that's just, I think, how it works for Corn. All right, gang, let's just get right into it. We're moving through these at a pretty decent little pace here. I think, are we on schedule? Like, we're only 3 minutes behind schedule. Let's do this. Logo actually looks pretty good on the white background. Rufus has been freshly leveled up. He is now equipped with Mighty Blow, which he did not have before. So he hit hard, and now he hits even harder. A lot of the Corn Demons came away with some upgrades this past game, including either Harry or Mary. I can't remember which one, but one of them has +1 strength now as well. And it's going to be the Corn Demons on defense first, kicking it to the Vampires. Now, the Midnight Maulers had a pretty good last several weeks. I think every game they played recently has been pretty good for them, all things considered. Oh my god. The pass. Wow. And even being, like, accosted by Wrathful Deathswiller. A perfect pass into a perfect catch. Passing is so cool in this mode. I really wish we ended up with more. Angus is dead? What? He just picked up block and he's dead. He doesn't have regeneration either. He is, that's it. He's gone. Wrathful Deathspoiler has the ball. Sanguine Sanders who got that kill. A bit of a mosh pit. Pete went down. I think he was just knocked out, but they decided to use the apothecary on him anyway. And get real up close here. I actually really like this Corn team with the white. Leader Bob going down, getting injured. Secret Demon Fire. Both of these teams have come out to play. Mary now with the ball. Mary with Mighty Blow and block. So it must be Harry that's got the +1 to strength. Yeah. +1 to strength and +1 to agility. And he's not getting involved. Ball goes down. Ball goes shooting out of his hands. Rufus just being a menace. The whole game had to stop there for a second as we calculated how many times the ball was gonna bounce. Ball is slowly moving in the right direction for the Midnight Maulers, but not because they've moved the ball themselves. It's just getting dropped out of people's hands. Good Lord, Rufus is just a force to be reckoned with. And he ends up with the ball now. That's real bad news for the vampires. A stun, that mighty blow coming. He can't get out of this though. He's trapped by his own teammates and by the downed bodies of his enemies. Rufus getting surfed. That's a rare sight. And wow, ball is actually in fantastic position for the Midnight Maulers to get some yards here. Oh, but Draxacula kind of leaving his thrall out for dead here. Pit Fighter Cultist just swarming the ball. Krathul Death Squealer now has it, and that's going to be an easy touchdown for them. Excellent job. And Angus being dead is kind of a rough one. I think he's like level 3 or something, so it's a lot of SPP down the toilet late in the season like this. "45 seconds left in the first half. Draxacula has the ball. He's one of the toughest players to bring down in the league with dodge and block, and plus all the vampire bullshit that he's got. Can he survive being surrounded by Khorne demon players? Survives, but he definitely drops the ball. Zarkon, Thronekeeper, one of the best scorers for the Khorne demons, now has it and ran out of movement, but he doesn't have much to worry about. I think this thrall is actually a mercenary. Ooh, the wild animal roll on Rufus. That might have been the first one in this game. He now comes over to deal with this mercenary. Easily enough. Just one punch. That's going to take us to halftime. 2-point lead for the Khorne Demons, nothing insurmountable. And now they will be going on the offensive side of things. We'll see how the vampires do defensively here. Getting a vampire and a thrall back in the game. I think the Midnight Maulers have lost like 2 vampires over the course of the last 2 games as well. So something to be mindful of for their manager. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go to Harry. Wild Animal rolled on Rufus, so he's going to be a little bit out of it for a moment. Ooh, Morty Meatshield getting beat down and getting injured there. Harry just electing to hold on to the ball. I think maybe they see that they're doing better in terms of punching right now and are just wanting to bring the enemy team in, but we see Sacrifice Sam there with Strip Ball making excellent use of it. The ball's now on the ground, and Sacrifice Sam is going to try and steal a touchdown here. Oh, and he's got it. That's touchdown central for Midnight Maulers. Strip Ball coming into play right there. That's why it's a good skill to have, folks. An additional Thrall injury is being accounted for there. We're off to the races once more. We'll see if Rufus fracturing the skull of Sacrifice Stam there. Getting some stuttering in the game for some reason, which is odd. I'm not spiking out on anything. Rufus finally getting knocked down. Harry just sitting there like a sacrificial lamb for Draxacula. They're equal in strength, though. Harry gets around. Rufus rolling the wild animal, potentially at a bad time, but Harry manages to get away and is getting significant yardage here. Now having to deal with Pete in this mercenary thrall. Rufus is there to support, though. Trawler Tom managing to get away from Rufus and scoop the ball up. Is that going to be touchdown number 2 for the Midnight Maulers? Oh, it is, but 2 minutes left in the game. You're now putting the Corn Demons back on defense, where they really love to be. No bench side changes for the Bulls. Oh, lunch meat Larry getting his eye gouged out. That might have been Rufus again. I'm gonna have to restart the game after this one. Getting just significant stuttering. Rufus knocking down Trawler Tom, getting a casualty there. Harry able to take down Draxacula. A minute and a half left. Harry just needs to get a little bit of room here, and he's got a pretty good run to the end zone. Oh, but now his... oh no, his support has walked away. I'm sorry for the stuttering, folks. I don't know what's causing it. Nothing... It's not the stream, I don't think, that's like... It's not the stream that's dropping frames, it's the game itself that's actually stuttering. "35 seconds left. Mary has the ball. Mary finally goes down. Oh no. The Midnight Maulers are in perfect position. It's the mercenary who picks it up and is just going to take it to the house. 3 seconds left in the game. Oh my god. Just utterly stealing it from the Bulls here today. And that mercenary is now injured. Harry has the ball. There's not much in front of him. If they can clear the way... Run, Harry. Run, go. Tie the game up at least. You have 40 seconds and you just can't get knocked down. Nope, that's it. Oh, God. You know what? They kind of had it stolen from them, but at the same time, they had so much. They just wouldn't move the ball past the halfway point. For whatever reason. I don't know what it was about that game, but it was like really stuttery. I mean, it's even stuttering right now. Yeah, still got one game left to go. That does not bode well. 1 second, let me see if I can figure out what the hell is going on. I'm not sure. I might need a quick restart of the game here in a second. Anyway, take a look at the stats for the Bulls. MVP going to Sigrat Demonfire, who did get 2 casualties that game. Rufus with 3. And 2 knockouts to boot. 58 yards run for Harry, but nothing to show for it. Yeah, he would just grab the ball off the kickoff, move it upfield, and just stop. Touchdown each out of Zarkan Thronekeeper and Krathul Death Spoiler. Another casualty out of Zarkan Thronekeeper. He had a pretty good game, some decent yards run. Oh, I see. It's not just the game. My whole PC is just stuttering at the moment. That's wonderful. You love to see that. The Midnight Maulers touchdown out of this guy, who is a mercenary. So his SVP goes to waste, but Sacrifice Sam getting a touchdown and Trawler Tom getting a touchdown and an MVP. Good for him. It's a decent yards run. Stan Green Sanders with a casualty, and he was the one who killed Angus there that game. So solid showing for the Midnight Maulers, getting a win there. Ooh, Midnight Maulers, though, getting hit hard with injuries. We don't care about the brawl there. Oh, Sacrifice Sam with a fractured skull. Lunchmeat Larry badly hurt. Morty Meatshield badly hurt. Leader Bob badly hurt. and Bait Basher are badly hurt. So no lasting injuries, except for the fractured skull. So it could have been a lot worse, I guess is what I'm saying there. And the Bulls, did you walked out with just the death on Angus, unfortunately, who's been with us since the beginning. He was level 2, so not level 3 like I thought. But still a tough loss there. Okay. And tell you what, give me 1 second to see if I can fix this stuttering issue that I'm having. And then we'll be back momentarily with our final game of the evening. So I will be right back. Okay. Sorry for that. It definitely seems like the issue was the game itself causing everything to stutter. So closing out and reopening seems to have fixed the problem. But if it hasn't, oh well, we only have one last game to play, and that is Chaos. The Knickknacks. We'll be going up against our unfortunately struggling Henry team, Rathas Raiders. Although both of these teams have been kind of behind in terms of leveling up and whatnot, so maybe things will even out. And it's Jimothy who's going to be kicking the ball off for us today first. Rathas Raiders on the offensive. They are down one Tomb Guardian, so that is a bit of extra strength that the Rathas Raiders will not have for this game. And strength is not something that the Chaos team here lacks in, unfortunately. They are lacking in the ability to pick up the ball, though, as we can see. Murgar finally ends up with it. Sandwiched between a couple of Tomb Guardians, which is never where you want to be. Yeah, chases him down, keeping him here at the center field mark. Nah, the skeleton going in to get involved. Murgar finally goes down. Grog doubling back. Or was. Now he's doubling back to try and get the ball. He decides against it. Making a liar out of me, Grog. How dare you? Nah ends up with the ball. Ourselves a bit of a mosh pit here at the center of the field. Grog the Impaler, the Minotaur now involved, though. Quickly going to put Gnaw on the ground. He does regenerate, though. Grog tries to go for it and slips and falls. Chad coming back to maybe grind. Nope, Jerry grabs it, and there's no one to stop him. That's going to be a touchdown on the offensive side of the ball for the Knickknacks. Like I mentioned earlier about tracking, like, successful attempts on the offensive versus the defensive side of the ball. I think it would be interesting to see, because if you're obviously if you're scoring higher on the defensive, like, you're typically winning anyway, because you're staying on the defensive, you're getting more attempts. I don't think it's that important in the grand scheme of things. Ooh, pitch invasion. Seemed to hit both teams somewhat equally. Ball does go out of bounds. It's sent back deep into the Knickknacks territory, which honestly I think kind of puts them on the offensive, technically. A whole host of them coming back to try and get the ball out of there. Brad the Tomb Guardian is involved, but McFace manages to cut him off. Murgar has it. Giga Chad is stunned, so he's down for a little bit. Bob coming back to help lend some extra muscle. Oh, and he goes straight for Murgar. Zimothy getting injured. Oh, ball goes down, but the ball goes out of bounds. Kind of gets put back into a better position, although Giga Chad scooping it up immediately, doing the going for it. He could have just gone this way. He could have just gone this way, and he didn't. It was a very odd decision. Gregory Stevens ends up with the ball. It should have been a touchdown for the Rathas Raiders. That was... They stole that from themselves. Bob coming over. trying to get it. Burgar is the one who scoops it up after running around everybody. Brad getting served. He's out for a little bit. He's knocked out. Burgar still still holding the ball. Some skeletons now in the backfield, along with Bob, the Tomb Guardian, is enough to bring Burgar down. Can Bob pick it up? Bob finally gets it and does score a touchdown for Ramthus Raiders. Knickknacks now with the ball. Game is all tied up with the 35 seconds left to go in the first half. Bob scoops it up, and there's no one to stop him from putting a point on the board. I guess you could call that pointing. Putting a point on the board for Raptors Raiders to give them the advantage going into the second half. It's 2 Tomb Guardian touchdowns today. And coming from Bob. Bob has been kind of like the standout. I would go as far as to say as he is their star player currently, in my opinion. Oof. Mosh pit developing. Knickknacks managing to get the ball a decent ways up the field just by virtue of getting the ball knocked out of their hands. But it still counts. And that's going to take us into the second half. Tomb Guardian out. Zimothy ends up with the ball. They are now on the offensive. We'll see if they can be successful here, but unfortunately it looks like Chaos is just breaking right through their defenses. Zimothy has to try and hold out against multiple Chaos Warriors. He manages to get the ball out of bounds, which I think is actually a fairly smart play. Skelly is going to be the one to grab it, but now is having to deal with Gregory Stevens and Son of Rukov. He gets a little bit of support now. Skelly's gotten free. He gets a few yards. Oh, McFace getting injured. Skelly getting injured and then immediately regenerating. Oh, and Gregory Stevens has stolen it and is managing to get past everybody. Yes, touchdown. It's actually a very close game. I wasn't anticipating this. Going to put the knickknacks back on the defensive side of the ball. Oh, got those Raiders having trouble picking up the ball. Finally managed to get it. Skelly with an IE getting an injury on Graggy Antler there. Bit of a mosh pit forming, although the ball kind of gets away. Frog now ends up with it. Giga Chad, I think, is out of position. Oh, he falls on the going for it. That's the only thing preventing that touchdown right there, I think. Giga Chad, the throw raw, now has it. It's going to be moving the ball up the field. Now has to contend with everybody. Asha goes down. Giga Chad getting pushed around and then knocked out. Frog trying for it again, scooping it up, and I think with movement 5 has plenty. Now putting them up by 2 at the end of the game here. It's going to be difficult for the Rapids Raiders to do much about. Spirit of Jeff is here to haunt one more game. Yep. Kicking off for what could be the final drive of the game. We'll go into the special game here. Well, it's 2 minutes left. Timothy has got it. One Bestigor down, but Chaos Warrior and the other Bestigor manages to come out on top. Frog once again skipping up the ball. This could be touchdown number 3 for him today. I think he's gotten 2 already. Gotta deal with some skeletons. Ooh, and a Tomb Guardian coming over, but oh, he gets the space he needs. Actually seems like there's quite a bit more of this game left to play. Knickknacks going up by 3 now. Not much changing on the bench for either team, so we're just kind of skipping through it here. Jimothy now with the ball. Oh, he kind of makes a good little run here. He almost got through. Darius managing to catch him. Back to the steady cam here. Oh, once again, fighting out towards the front. Trying to get to that ball. 4, 5. He finally gets it on the 5th attempt. Now he can't decide where to go. Which is fair, honestly. There's not a lot of good places to go. Chad and Brad falling back, maybe looking to just play defense now. 30 seconds left in the game. Skelly actually making a pretty decent run of it himself. Managed to fend off 2 defenders before finally falling to another 2. Charles Litzbit now with the ball. Bob is on him. Skeletons coming in. Grog making another attempt at it, but Kaw scoops it up right in front of him. Darius now with the ball. That is going to be the end of the game. that will be our final game of the evening. Oh, I didn't post the game 6 screenshot. Dang it. Come back to that. Take a look at those stats for Ratha's Raiders. 2 successful receptions for Jimothy. A casualty out of Chad. Casualty out of Skelly, the Nai. 2 touchdowns out of Bob. Yeah, one-man army of this team. Skelly with the Nai getting the MVP. Sure, I guess. Much else to say about the team, frankly. Did manage to get away without any injuries. That's great for them. The Knickknacks can't quite say the same. They got a badly hurt out of McFace and a pinched nerve out of Graggy Antler. Stats-wise, MVP goes to Basha, who was present. Gregory Stevens with a touchdown, 2 for Grog, 1 for Jerry. This was the Grog show today. 58 yards run by himself alone. Decent chunk of knockouts spread through the team. 3 casualties from Darius, the Beastigore. It's an unusually good performance for that player type, for that stat. Alrighty. And with that, that is going to bring our week 9 of games to a close. Thank you very much, everyone, for checking in. Tune back here next week for week 10. We're getting close to the end of the regular season, and then we'll start talking playoffs. I might put up a poll for the managers here in the next few days to kind of ask how we would like playoffs to go. At least insofar as like semifinals and finals. I think it would be fair to do like a best 2 of 3 type of thing for finals, at least. Maybe best of 3 for semifinals, and then best of 5 for finals. So we'll see what people think about that. Because obviously once we get to that point, once people start dropping in the tournament, it's going to very quickly get to be fewer games each time we stream. So anyway, all that being said, thank you again so much for watching. If you caught the stream, or if you happen to catch the VOD, thank you so much for checking out the VOD as well. See you here next week for more Blood Bowl.